School counselors, they do so much to try and help kids succeed. That's things with like academics, their future careers, even sometimes disagreements with other kids. Well, now more than ever, they are tackling adult issues too, like suicide and mental health. As part of our Better Together initiative, focusing on mental wellness, Fox 12's Haley Rush sat down with a counselor who is working in a local district to discuss how their roles are now evolving.
It's never been harder to be a kid or teenager if you ask school counselors. They're the ones who day in and day out talk with students who are going through something. And with mental health and suicide prevention increasingly in the spotlight, their jobs are always changing.
When it comes to mental health issues, school counselors like Melissa Miller are the ones on the front lines.
All counselors are trained in mental health, and we're the go-to in the building. So if we have any kind of a mental health crisis, they come to us first.
Miller has been a school counselor for 5 years, working at McNary High School in the Salem Kaiser School District. And in that short time, she's seen how topics like anxiety, depression, and suicide have switched from a conversation to an actual crisis.
It does feel like there's been an increase in just the mental health part of things.
It was about 3 years ago when Miller says McNary High School experienced devastating losses after 2 students took their lives in a couple weeks of each other.
Then a little over a year later, we lost one of our seniors, and he was one of mine, and we were pretty close. So that was my first experience of going through something where it really hit so close to home.
And Salem Kaiser is also just coming off of a tough year. A spokesperson tells us it was last school year when 6 kids in the district died of suicide. Miller says the district is doing whatever it can to prevent lives lost. And that means when it comes to mental health issues, her job is always changing.
It's very thorough now. It's thorough, and as a counselor, you figure out how to make that thorough still feel genuine to the kid.
She says when they learn of someone who might need help, it usually starts with an immediate conversation, followed by a suicide risk assessment questionnaire.
Once we kind of find out what level is this crisis, then we know where to refer them to, what resources they might need, if we need to pull parents in, if it's founded or unfounded, and it just drives that direction that we need to go to make sure that they get the support that they need.
That could mean bringing in an outside mental health treatment provider, or if it's an immediate need, contacting the local health department so someone from the Youth and Family Crisis Center can come in and do an evaluation.
I always kind of go back to that saying, it takes a village. You find that it really is systemic right now.
And the district is adding to that village. Starting this school year, an extra counselor has been added to all of the high schools, so Miller and others can spend more time focusing on fewer students. The district has also hosted listening sessions at schools about teen suicide prevention and the importance of making it an ongoing conversation. And finally, the district has hired a suicide prevention coordinator who plans staff training and creates partnerships with local organizations to help get students and parents extra resources.
So it's really like getting the information out to them that says, here's some signs to look for if you're thinking something's going on with a kid that you need help with. And here's who you can go to if you don't know what to do. I mean, clear down from teacher, admin, to your clerical staff, your security, your janitors, everyone is involved in some way in making sure that kids are safe and taken care of.
Of course, Miller says the biggest thing they try and do is make sure they have a connection with an adult in the school and hopefully even peers. While Miller works to form meaningful relationships with all her students, she says counselors often learn of an issue from another kid or staff member reporting it to them. In studio, Haley Rush, Fox 12 Oregon.